Hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. I hope everyone can see me. Is it better now? My internet connection is good. Okay. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining us. A lot of people have joined us today. Thank you so much. Is my signing space is okay? Okay, I will keep my laptop away from me. Okay. I think it's a good space now. Everyone can see my sign. Okay. Thank you everyone. Thank you. Hello everybody. I hope everyone is doing good. So today we are here. You remember Sudamani, right? Sudamani Petty. That was her sign name. So we are doing a memorial for Sudamani here today. So how we will be ahead? First of all, we will be showing Sudamani's video, and most of the people know her, and she was so sweet, and she was a leader, and she actually had the leadership skills, and she wanted to do advocacy work for all the deaf people related to the changes and modification the law and policies, and she was advocating for deaf people rights as well. But we are saddened by her death. She passed away, and we couldn't believe it. I know that's a shocking news for everyone, right? She was so young, and we were not able to accept that she is no more and she is not with us. But we have to accept this truth. So now I will be showing uh, a video where you will be seeing what Sudamni did. So what we will be doing further in our today's Sudamni's memorial. So first one, I will be showing you the Sudamni's video, her pictures that we can remember her. And later on, her husband Yashdeep and her son Dhruva, they will share their own stories related to Sudamani. And then we will be having deaf people from the associations, deaf leaders. There are some hearing people as well who are working with multiple different organizations and who remember working with Sudamani. There are people who would like to share their views, and I will be sharing their names. They will be taking 2 minutes each. At the end, so we will be lighting up the candle for 2 minutes in remembrance of Sudamani. I hope everyone is ready with the candle and matchstick. So we will be praying. That doesn't matter what religion you follow. It's just we are supporting Sudamani. So whether you are Christian or Hindu or any other religion you follow. So we will be starting now. We will be showing you a video, a short video. Can we have a video now?
Sorry.
So Sudamni is talking about. So Sudamni is talking about the law workshop she attended in Central. there was a law workshop where she saw a deaf lawyer. He was a CEO of National Association of Deaf in America. So he told Sudamni that there are 500 deaf lawyers in the US. And I was shocked that I would like to become a lawyer. If he can do it, then I can also do it.
நான் போன்ல சார்ஜ் போட்டு இந்த இதெல்லாம் முடிச்சிட்டு நைட்டுக்கு அப்புறமா கூப்பிடுறேன் வீட்ல எல்லாம் பேசி முடிச்சிட்டு
So I studied by myself and I had to do a lot of work. LLB is not pursuing law.
அதுக்கப்புறம் பேசக்கூடாது.
So there are so many experiences. Which one I could choose and explain? So everybody is signing their prayer. So now, and my son, he is 15 years old and he's studying in 10th standard. Oh, so it was a beautiful story and in remembrance of Sudamni. Also, we have a PPT as well. We would like to show you. So as you can see here, so Sudamni, before she passed away, 1 week after that day, we found out that she cleared her AIBE exam in Delhi and she cleared that. Just after a week, she passed away. Her result was declared. So that's her family. Yashdeep is here and her son. Next slide, please. So this is a picture of Deaf Leadership Program which held in Goa, where Sudamni came and presented about the law points. So it happened in January. Next slide, please. So we had a get together during dinner time and we cherished those moments when we had a great time together. So where she published the article in Sudamni, she was the first deaf woman who became a lawyer. And also she has wrote multiple articles. And she has worked along with multiple associations as well with Haryana, and there were other organizations as well where she used to represent. So this that was the last associations program where she was invited. As you can see that she is she seems presenting in this organization. So there was a Haryana Foundation of Deaf Women Trust event. So there were a lot of events where Sudamani has been invited. You can see that Sudamani was the first deaf lawyer, and she was involved in multiple women deaf women's associations, and where people have taken her interview as well related to the rape and murder of a deaf minor girl in Haryana, and she has been involved throughout in all of these things. So you remember that we started the campaign hashtag Stop Rape, and where we support sign language in schools. And if anything would come up for the deaf community, she was always ready to do her best, and she always supported. So we would always remember Sudamni. It's not easy to easily forget her. So we had the panel discussion for a driving license for deaf people, and she explained points which are mentioned in law. And so for dowry system as well, she explained, whenever the woman is getting married, the family are asked to give the dowry to a groom family. So she has been invited in such multiple discussions and for presentations as well. So in Gujarat, she was invited by Mubadi Mandal, and she presented over there as well in Gujarat. Sudamni went there. After presenting, she came back to Faridabad, and then after that, she passed away. So also she was involved in the Women's Day program as well. And these are the pictures where we clearly remember her. That's her family picture, her husband, her son, and they had a great family together, but we miss Sudamni. So I would like to thank everyone for this. Now we will be having Yashdeep Pethe, her husband, and he would share his own experiences. We would like to have Yashdeep now. Thank you, Yashdeep, for joining. Thank you. So, in the remembrance of Sudamni, we would like to hear something from you. Yashdeep here. So, I had a goosebump, and so my wife, Sudamni Pethe, earlier, she used to smile every day, and I really loved her smile. If I'm getting angry at any time, when once she smiled, that makes me calm down, and I couldn't respond to her. She was always keep smiling, and I always remember that she used to smile, and everyone was thinking that I was young and she is elder from me. But people were thinking that we dated. No, that was our marriage was an arranged one, but our love started, and then that's how our love story began. I still love my wife. And the third thing, Sudamni always had the dream. I would like to request everyone. I don't know whether people will follow or not, but I want young deaf people to study law in remembrance of Sudamni. And I would like to suggest to every young deaf people, if you want to go ahead with the legacy of Sudamni, so I would request everyone to go ahead and study law so that Sudamni will feel happy seeing other deaf people. Earlier, there are deaf people who were studying with the hearing people in the mainstream society. And she saw that there are deaf people who are losing in their education. she was working in women empowerment, and she was the president of AIFTW, All India Federation of the Deaf Women. So she was working for the women empowerment as well. Sudamni was working over there. She was a president of Haryana Foundation of Deaf Women as well. So she was not able to work, but she was continuously supporting them while studying for law as well. But after we lost her now, but I was thinking that she was there and she will help other deaf people. But now, I couldn't believe that she is no more. Even I couldn't believe Tushar here. Likewise. So was she working with other association? Yes, as well. Yes. So once she was pursuing LLB, so when she met Dr. Alim, Access Mantra Foundation, yeah, AMF. So she was the board. She was a trustee. Yes, she was a board trustee of Access Mantra Foundation. Yes. And the second thing, there were other hearing people as NCAG, and she was also the that was also a Disabled People Association, and she was a legal advisor over there in that association. That was a Disabled People Association, and she has been a member of that organization as well. And another one, WWDN, that's a hearing women who are disabled as well, who are working for a legal services. So Sudamni was invited by them as well. And there is another one as well, ASAP. We talk about the abortion law of the maternity things. So the Charu remember that thing. So she was involved in that organization as well, and that organization was a hearing one. There could be a list of lot of organization, but now it's just all lost. I remember with WFD, she was invited for presenting over there, right? By WFD. Soon she was going to present over there in July. Yes, but we missed it. Yes, she was supposed to present in WFD conference. Now, my son, we wanted to talk to you.
I am audible. All right. Uh, I just wanted to say that Mary mummy, she used to a lot of things for deaf people, and she had started
Can you
working
go
for
back?
deaf.
Can you go back a little? I didn't.
Okay, okay. Mary mummy, she used to work a lot for deaf people. She had started working a long time ago, like near 2016, 2015, when she got in touch with different organizations like HFDWT, DFDW, AIFDW as such. Uh, she used to be so immersed in her work that me and my father felt sometimes that she was not giving us attention. So we told her to listen her work time, and she also was very stressed out because of that. After a long period of time in 2021, we got her to stop working for, like, we got her to pause her work in the organizations and foundations and trusts. And because in 2020 she had already started her LLB, she couldn't handle the LLB as well as the foundations. And she couldn't get an interpreter for her first year in LLB, and I used to be a personal interpreter sometimes in classes and in interviews or things like that. She always used to say one thing that I have been a personal interpreter for her since I was the age of 4. So she started employing other interpreters because I also had my ninth and 10th grade. And after that, right now in my 10th grade, last year, she completed her, this year, I mean, in March, she completed her LLB. And when she completed her LLB, she was so happy that I had never seen her this happy in the 15 years of my life. She was celebrating with Alim, Tushar, me, Dad, Tina, everyone. And she had been so lively with her work. She got calls from deaf girls, deaf people for legal advice and everything. She was going in so many ceremonies and committees, meetings, all kind of things. After some time, she had gotten a fracture in her leg in Gujarat at the MBM Vadodara uh, program. And when we came back, she was still pretty happy that she got to go to such a prestigious program. And I have never seen someone work for deaf people so hard as my mother. And I know that there are many people like her who can do something like this, but they don't do it either due to parental pressure or due to self doubt. I just think that the real tribute to my mother would be if every single deaf person will move out of their comfort zone and do what they want, set a goal and work towards it, not stay at home or listen to their parents because their parents think that staying at home will be better for them, or they are not capable of doing something like this. My mother never thought like that, and I hope no deaf person ever thinks like that. I hope she becomes an inspiration to every single deaf person in India and maybe even the world. Thank you.
So when Tushar mentioned that while she cleared her LLB exam, I'm sorry, she passed away, and after a week, her result was declared. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. So my wife, when she completed her LLB, she has done it a way before. So there is a Bar Council of Delhi. So she applied over there, but she wanted All India Bar Council. So in Maharashtra, she wanted to go for Maharashtra as well. So for BCD, the Bar Council of Delhi, that was not allowed for Maharashtra. So she was living in Haryana and she was not allowed to go ahead for the legal services there as well. So uh, for license, she had to go for Delhi one. So she said, no, I will study more and I will apply for All India Bar Examination that calls AIBE, All India Bar Exam. So for that, because that was the license, to get and to do the practice, legal practice. But now she's no more. So on 29th, she passed away on 22nd. On 29th, the All India Bar Examination result got declared. So we missed having her because she wanted to clear it. And also, my son, he was studying in 10th standard, right? In CBSE board. he completed his studies, and my wife also, I mean, and his result was declared in
That's really amazing.
5%. And also my wife, she has a good English language skills, and she taught my son very well, and my son got 99% marks in English.
Congratulations to him.
But my wife is not here. So yeah, he cried because his mother was not here to congratulate him, to appreciate him, you know. But I mean, every child needs their mother. But
Yes, congratulations, Dhruv. That's really amazing. And we are proud of you. So yeah, Sudamini Peche is not here, but we all are here to support you, and many congratulations to you for clearing with exam with good marks. Thank you, Yashdeep. Thank you, Dhruv. I hope Sudamini is here with all of us, with both of you. Yeah, and we all pray for you. Our prayers are with you. Thank you so much for coming and joining us and sharing your experience, your thoughts about it. Yeah, Yashdeep here. It is my request to all of you that just follow her footsteps, and her dream was to inspire all the deaf people here, all the deaf, students here. Just work on that. Yeah, do not give up, and just keep going, and just make your dream come true. Yes, Tushar here, that we will never forget her. Of course, we will never forget. We will always remember her. And yes, with her memory, we will always try to, work hard and achieve our goals. Thank you so much, Yashdeep and Dhruv, to share your experiences and, whatever you shared, her memory and everything. Okay, so now we are going to invite President of National Association of Deaf, Mr. A.S. Narayan. Can you turn on your video so that we can spotlight you? I don't see him here. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so we will have next Sunil Sahasrabuddhe. He is President of All India Federation of Deaf. Also, he is the member of Hear a Million. And he is also being involved in different associations and working with, different fields. So yes, here we have Sunil Sahasrabuddhe. He'll share his experiences with Sudamini Pethe and talk about it. It really breaks my heart to see them, Yashdeep and Dhruv. She was really one of my close friends. She was very shy. I mean, she never used to talk. She was really reserved, not just kind of a talkative person. Sorry, I'm talking about myself. I never talk about it. But, when I heard about it, I couldn't sleep for 3-4 days. I recently met her, on September, on 2000, on 17th and 18th date. He is talking about 17th, 18th March. Sudamini was here. We both were there. We were invited in a program which was organized by Hear a Million. Whole day we were together. We talked about so many things. We talked about different programs and, about legal policies. I'm not a legal person, but yes, I am interested. I mean, she used to give me so many important informations about all that. She was truly, truly a legal person, you know. It's, you know, it's not, she was really tough and she knew all about it. We talked about, you know, legal matters and everything throughout the day. I am All India Federation of the Deaf president now. So, you know, Sudamini herself committed that, yes, I will support you. And we have to spread this information to all of them, you know, so that people know about it. And we were planning so many new things, you know, it was yet to come. I couldn't sleep because it's impossible. It was, you know, and it wasn't the right time. It is so heartbreaking, you know, to find out the truth that she is not here with us. She told me, and yeah, and she showed to the whole world that she could do it. And we were inspired from her. And I believe that, yes, one can do that. One can become the lawyer, deaf lawyer, and she did that. Yes, if you have, you know, such dream, if Saudamini can, then you also can. Yes, we will support you. I really hope. I don't want one person. I want more than that. I want more than 100 persons to be able to become, you know, deaf lawyers. Yes, in America, there are so many deaf lawyers. So in India, we also must have so many deaf lawyers. Yes, just follow her footsteps and just make your dream come true. She was my personal friend. I'm really disheartened by this news. Yes, you have given me 2 minutes and I just, you know, extended it to 4 minutes. It's really hard to talk about it. Thank you so much for having me here. And yes, we are best friends and I'll always remember her. And let's see, I'll meet her soon sometime again. Let's hope for that. My tributes to her. Now we will have another person from Bangalore, Chandramauli Sastri ji. So he spent a lot of time with Sudamani Pete. Let's hear from him. So Tushar, can you see me? Chandramauli Sastri here. Actually, I didn't know Sudamini, and in India there are so many deaf people that I didn't know about, and I didn't know who Sudamini was, and so there was a group where Sudamini was also there, and you know, lots of deaf people were dropping all the messages and they were sharing their problems. So once Sudamini dropped a message, and she said that yes, sign language is important and all that. She talked about it, but speech, you know, speech is not that good and sign language is helpful. But I said I was against her, and we were, you know, arguing about this topic, that sign language is not that much important. Speech is also that much important as compared to sign language. So yeah, so we had argument about it. Kasturi, there is a member from ISLRTC. Then she said that Sudamini, she told me about Sudamini's background. I didn't know about it. I wasn't aware who Sudamini was. And she said that, yes, sign language was important. She was right. And then I contacted her personally, and, you know, I knew about the background and asked her everything about her. And I shared my background with her. Then I felt good talking to her. Then I saved her number. Then in 2020, before COVID-19 pandemic, she was here in a workshop. We invited her for that workshop, and there were so many new people whom I wasn't aware about who that persons are, who those persons are. And they were signing. There were so many CODA interpreters too. then Sudamani came here and she sat beside me. And I couldn't believe that, yeah, we talked about it, in the messages and chats, but she was sitting next to me. And yeah, she was like my sister. I said, "You're my sister." She said, "Yes, we are siblings," like that. So, yes, the workshop was for 3-4 days. And okay, so they had this, different sessions about academics or technology or legal policies or politics. They had different, topics in this workshop. So Sudamini and me, we were together in this legal topic, and whatever the science they were making about legal policies. So I was happy to meet her. It was just 4 days that we were together during that workshop. And Faridabad was too far from there. So yes, Sunil also knew about it. Yeah, then we came along with her. We both went to the metro station, and then I didn't know that where Sudamini's home is, so that she took me with her to her house, and I met Yashdeep, Sudamini's husband, and she introduced him with me. Then I told about me, who I am, and everything. Yes, they just invited me at their place, and her son is also very cute, and we discussed about so many things. And we also stayed in contact with each other all the time, because she, whenever there was a matter, about legal related things, so we always stayed in contact and, shared everything with each other. Yeah, in Bangalore also, there is a person, who is a lawyer. So yes, so Damini and that person, they both know each other. On Sunday, April 22 or 23rd, so I told my wife too that, about Sudamini. Then somebody told me that Sudamini is no longer with us. So I was very shocked. I thought that, no, it's a drama. I cannot believe this. But they said, yes, it's true. I was really sad. I was sorry to hear this loss, It shouldn't happen. It's really sad to hear. Why did it happen? In India, she was the first deaf lawyer, and it shouldn't happen. It was not the time for her to go like that, just like that. I know it's very difficult, to just get her back here. I just want that, more and more deaf people to be like her. I wasn't happy after hearing, this huge loss. It makes me really sad. Yeah, that's all from my side. Okay, so there is slight changes in the schedule. Okay, so now we have Shweta here. Hello, Shweta. Shweta here. She is saying hi. Okay, so you have been with Sodamini. We would like you to share your experience with her. We give you 2 minutes. Shweta here. She says, "Thank you for having me here, and I pay my respects and prayer for Sodamini. Namaste, Yashdeep ji and Dhruv. I wish that Dhruv and you get strength, in your life, and just you can do everything what you want to do in your life. I really pray for that." Yeah, there was some glitch in the video. Sorry, can you see me clearly? Tushar here. Yes, we can see you. So when I heard about about it, that Sodamini when I see that, in India, there were no deaf lawyers. So I thought that there must be some person who is a deaf lawyer. Then someone told me that she is the first deaf lawyer in India. She did, she studied LLB. So I was amazed. I was surprised to find it out that, oh, okay, there is a female deaf lawyer in India. After that, there will be more deaf people, who will be deaf lawyer in India after her. Yeah. So first time I got, a chance to contact her, and, we had a chat together. I invited her for an interview. We talked about how to provide accessibility for, to women, because they are not aware about it. So we discussed about it. And, she had so many good questions, and I learned from it. And I was very grateful to talk to her. Then I also talked with her on Instagram, in Instagram Live. Then, I was hoping that I will again invite her in next Instagram Live part 2 session. And I really respect her. And she was just like a hearing person, and she did that. She could become a lawyer in her life. And whatever she said, it was very inspiring all the time. And she told me about so many things that I learned from. And I got goosebumps, once she said that, yeah, or everybody knew that, she is a lawyer, and she knows about, legal policies and all that, about RPWD Act and everything. But I said that I cannot, do advocacy alone, because all deaf people in India, they all together have to do that. They all have to, do advocacy for it. Not, alone. If we do alone, we cannot achieve it. That was the correct point. Yes. You have just 1 minute more, Shweta, to share here. Yeah, so she used to tell me that, and I understood it. So all the deaf people, together have to go ahead and do all these, advocacy things, and, support deaf people. So now, if she is no longer with us, but yes, we all can do, and, change the situation, what we are living in, and, so many things we can do together and achieve the goal. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Tusha here. Thank you for sharing your experiences with Sudamini, Shweta.
Share the switch.
Yeah.
So there is some change in our agenda right now. There is Michael will be joining us. I think this is his sign-in. He is joining from America. Here is Michael. So, hello, Michael, can you see me? My sign name is this. Okay. So I'm from America. Okay. Hello, Deepak here. Hi, Michael. I will be translating for you. The interpreters knows ISL. So I will be translating ASL to ISL. Okay, thank you, Michael, for joining us. You have 2 minutes to share your story. You can share about Sudamani. Hello, my name is Michael Stein, and I'm a president of National, I'm a support D Law. I'm a president of D Law, who have provided scholarship to Sudamani. So we provided scholarship to Sudamani for studying LLB, for pursuing LLB. So the reason behind providing her the scholarship, because we wanted deaf people to study law and do LLB in India. And Sudamani was the first deaf woman who was ready to study law. I never met Sudamani. I never had the chance to meet her physically. We always had an online chat and discussion. But I've seen her that she had a spirit, she had a strong spirit of doing advocacy work, and she wanted to study law. I know that she was the first deaf lawyer. I know that she became first deaf lawyer, and it was not easy. She was a special person, and she had a good heart, and she wanted to achieve those things, and she did it. She actually did, and became a lawyer. Now here in America, we are working. It's easier for us for studying law here. We have a queue of deaf people who are deaf lawyers. We have above 500 people here, deaf lawyers here. But now studying law, and for in India, we want that it was tough task for Sudamani for pursuing LLB. I know that Sudamani, we will miss Sudamani. She is in our spirit, and we will still remember her. And I hope people will follow her. Thank you. Thank you, Michael, for sharing your thought. Thank you so much. Now we will be having Maria from AIFDW. It's Mary, or yeah, it's Mary. She has raised her hand. Hello, Mary. How are you? Could you please share your experience with Sudamani with us? So just before this, I have saw Yashdeep and with his son. It totally broke my heart, and I'm feeling so bad. Yesterday it was Mother's Day. He might wanted to hug his mother, but tough time. So everybody is talking about Sudamani, but I will talk Sudamani lawyer, because she always kept smiling 24 hours. So I signed like smiling lawyer, So people were signing like S and haircut, but I will sign like smile and lawyer. So Damini, I really like her, In 2018, when I met her, Damini, she from AIFDW, she was the executive member. So that was the first time. And we met in 2018, and she became my best friend, and she told me that she would be pursuing LLB, and I was so good. I was so happy at that time and glad as well. Again, we met. I suggested that if she can become a director, so we still had the connection. On WhatsApp, we had a WhatsApp group, and we have a women empowerment group as well. So during the lockdown time in 2020, when COVID pandemic hit us, so we had our online discussions, and there was no problem. We had a online meetings. If there would be any problem, I would invite Sudamni, and I would ask Sudamni, and there was a good memories we shared together, and it was a great time together. So with AIFDW, we had a board group. So there was one person, the general secretary, who dropped from the group, and Sudamni talked to general secretary, and I was like, who talked to her? And then after I got to know from Sunil, and I, so when she left from the group, I was not even believe that she was not here with us now. everybody was saying that she has gone, she has gone. I can't talk more here. I would like to stop here. Thank you, Mary, for sharing your thoughts. So we will have Monica from HFDWT. We have Monica here from HFDWT. Okay, it will just take 2 minutes. Hi, Monica. Hello. Monica, can you adjust your screen? Okay. Can you see me clearly? Yes. Please share your thoughts within 2 minutes only. Thank you for having me here. So I have been with Sudamani with HFDWT, and she was a board member. She was president, and I was a vice president. And she had worked a lot, and she always had those positive vibes, and she was kept smiling all the time. So it's been a long time, but we have been working together. She stayed at my home, I stayed at her home. So we used to roam around, and there was always been a positive vibe. But now I couldn't believe it all. So it was over in 2020 that she she resigned from the position because she was pursuing LLB, and I was so proud of her because she was a first step lawyer. And when she became a lawyer, she finally cleared the exam. And when we saw that, yeah, she has she has become the member of the BCT, Bar Council of Delhi. But now, when she cleared the exam, and now I'm not able to believe. So I was in Himachal Pradesh. I got a call, and people were telling me that Sudamni is no more. And I was like, no, that couldn't be possible. But I was be there alone, and I was crying and crying. I was like asking God, why did you do this to Sudamini? I couldn't believe it. So in 2 days, it took me 2 days time to calm down. And then I went to Delhi, and I met Yashdeep. But I remember her smile. I really love her. I know that she has done a lot of things for deaf community, and also we remember that she became a lawyer. So on 19th we met as well, and there was a program, and then just after that on 22nd she was no more. And I had some puja as well at my home. So she had an injury in her leg, and I told her okay to take care of herself. But then I missed meeting her. We kept meeting more oftenly, but I felt sorry. I feel so sad. May God bless her soul. And I want to congratulate Dhruva for having 95% marks. She always motivated her son, but now we have we are saddened by her. I can't express my sorrows. It's just that I have been crying. Thank you, Monica. So we will have Rajesh now from Ubadi Mandal. Can we have Rajesh, please? Hello, Rajesh. So, Rajesh, you can share. So, my wife would like to come, and yeah, she can also join here. Yeah, so I don't want to share something similar to other people, my own memory. So, when the government who made a law for us, I thought whether the law was right or not. So, I have met Sudamni, and we had a discussion multiple times. I was lucky that Yashdeep was working here, so it was easier for meeting with Yashdeep, and so we were also. I mean, Sudamni was also here, so sometimes I get the benefit for discussing about law with her. So I just wanted to see whether the law is right or not, whether it's beneficial for us. So we have NAD, we have AIFD, we have RPWD Act. So there we have an argument. So we also get to know her perspective as well. So at that time, and I met, I had a surgery, and she came my home. You also had the picture in the PPT as well, right? So when she came at my home, she had a injury in her leg, and I was asking her that please be careful. And she has not came here for the first time. In 2020 there was also a plan, we had the booking, everything, but then everything lost because of the COVID that hit us, and at that time we couldn't have her because of the lockdown. So at that time I can't explain about the law. She was very much experienced, right? So right when in this year when we met her, and when people were saying that she is no more, so I mean, on just 2-3 days before we met Sudamni, and on after 2 days later on we saw that she is no more. So it was very difficult for me. I had a surgery, and also these both the things were overwhelming for me. So I think Sudamni is not passed away. She is still there. I feel that way. And I feel like the Sudamni is still there. But I would like to request Yashdeep and Dhruva, and I would like to pay my respect. My wife would like to add. Yashdeep and Dhruva, I would like to pay respect for Sudamni. So I would like to share in brief. So I got to know about Sudamni from Yashdeep, because then we had Yashdeep here. Then when Yashdeep told me that she is doing LLB, and I was like, it's not possible. So when I see that, Sudamni, she's just kidding with me. But when she told me that I have completed my law, I thought that deaf people cannot do it. That was a shocking thing for me, And I felt so connected with her that we had a lot of discussion, and we had a video call as well whenever we are free. And she's so she, I told her that, yeah, I have an interest. There are deaf women who are who had a sufferings, and she was always ready to listen their queries and their concerns. So in 2020 we planned that, because she was the first deaf woman who pursued her law, but that COVID hit us, and thought that in 2023 that was the right time. We had Sudamni here, and she presented. There was a lot of deaf people who actually got energized, and they had a lot of problems and complaints. And Sudamni was having their concerns and explaining all of the things to them, all the deaf people. But with MBM, and the board member who is a hearing, Anish, who said that he actually couldn't believe deaf person, a lawyer. So he couldn't believe himself, and he wanted to collaborate. He wanted to give a fund to Sudamni so that we could get the funds and all. And that was the first time we got the fund, and we presented, and we had the event over there. But now when we got to know that she's no more, there are what deaf people used to do it, that if some people might be jealous. So I thought there could be a jealousy factor here, and so that he must be alive. But when I called, and she actually passed away. But she was been giving us the positive vibes, and she was fine. She doesn't have any health issues. But then again, she's not with us. So I informed my board, the president of our board member, and he was not accepting, and he was like that he was applying for the funds to be given to Sudamni. So whoever is interested to do LLB, I hope that people will pursue her path. So Sudamni, she must be seeing us from the heaven, and she wanted all other deaf people to study more and pursue LLB. So I congratulate Dhruva for clearing his 10th standard, and Sudamani must be proud of him. That's what I wanted to say, and I pay my respect. Thank you, Rajesh. We will have Preeti now from Deaf Can Foundation. Hello, Preeti. So you can share 2 minutes thoughts. I feel so bad here. Okay, let me share here. So when I met Sudamni, I met Sudamni at ISLRTC for dictionary work. So quite nice, we meet, and she told me that you can study LLB. I was like, me, LLB? No, I didn't have the interest. She told me that you can get the scholarship. If you are interested for studying LLB, I can help you out to get the scholarship. And I was like, what? I can get the scholarship? She said, yes. So I told him how I will pay the interpreter. She said, you will get all of the things and you can pay the interpreter as well. So I was like, okay, I can't decide right now. So there are complaints being raised by deaf people, so I have to go to a lot of places. I had an argument with the police officials who have to call the hearing people, the lawyer, and all of the things we have to do it. So likewise, there are people who are telling me that, yeah, you can study LLB. So I applied for LLB, and then I thought that I will connect with Sudamni and how I can get the help of scholarship. So in March, on Women's Day program, so in a school, I discussed with the college, and they said, yes, you can come. And they were explaining me the fee structure and all. And I invited Sudamni and Gopal. That I thought that we will invite Sudamni. So I went to Shimla for an event. I was presenting over there, and then I got a message that Sudamni is no more. And other people were telling me, hey, that Sudamni is no more. And I was like, no. And I called Narayanan right away. Narayan said, yes, she's no more. And I was like, I missed having discussion with her. I wanted to apply for LLB and I wanted to pursue it. There are people who are suffering, and if I wouldn't have the scholarship, I might not be able to study and pursue LLB because there would be interpretation charges and those college fees and all. I was feeling like that I have missed a chance to have a discussion with Sudam. I should have called her before. But I hope that, yeah, things will get better. And if you know anyone who can help me out for LLB, please let me know because I want to pursue. Yes.
Tushar here. Yes, I will text you about it. Sure.
Yeah, so, but she was the first deaf woman, and likewise, there is a hearing doctor here whose name started by A, and so she's the first doctor. She, when she was actually going to become a doctor, she was at 21 years of age, she passed away. So, there we always have a role model to whom, after seeing a role model, other people pursue their path. So Dr. Alim helped, in the workshop.
Right, yes.
To know. Yeah, so I didn't get the chance to know about that. I feel sorry for her.
Thank you, Preeti. Thank you for sharing your experiences with us. Now we will have Akhil Shanoy here from ISH, Indian Signing Hands. Okay. Yes, Akhil here. So before in India, there were no deaf lawyer. In America, yes, they have so many deaf lawyers, and I always used to connect with them, right? So yes, I did not know that in India they have any lawyer. And I didn't believe that, when I heard that Sudamini is a lawyer in India, and I thought that, deaf people cannot, I mean, in India, it's difficult, to be a lawyer. So when I heard about it, I thought that, yes, it is, it's very important, I mean, to be a deaf lawyer in India, and it is so much valuable for them. So I met with her in a workshop, and, very frequently in few workshops, I used to meet her, and I felt, it's good. And when there was a workshop in ISH, we invited her, and we had so many, conflicts about different topics. And Sudamini, I used to see that she was very quiet and nice person, and she was very humble, you know. And I discussed with her. We had a talk about it, and the news and all. We talked about how we can support each other in our works. And her dream was to just inspire all deaf people, and to help people develop and get their goals, whatever they want to do in their lives. So yes, we were hoping that we will meet in future someday and discuss about these things. But yes, we miss it. And, I truly feel that, we should have discussed it before. It's just time has really passed like that. She had, a really big heart for all the deaf people in India. And yes, we all will remember Sudamini forever. I pay my tribute to them. And yes, she will live with us forever. And yes, whatever you all deaf leaders are doing, just keep doing. And yes, we'll remember her legacy, and we'll just go like that. Now we will have Manju here. She is volunteer in Deaf Women too. Yes, we have Manju here. Okay, so Manju is saying, yes, it's very overwhelming. I have so much to talk about, but I'll try to just keep it short. Many times when I had doubt about, legal policies about deaf women, so I always used to contact Sudamini. She used to support us, and she always, anytime whenever we needed her, she was there for us. And before, in Delhi, there was a program on the occasion of, I guess, Lohri. So I told her that, do you have time to come? Then she agreed. Then she asked me, who are you? And then I told her Manju, and I'm working as a volunteer in DWT. So she came. So I didn't know that. I thought that she must remember me, and I just love her. She never, discriminate anyone. She always, she used to treat everyone fairly. And she just wanted, it was her dream, to do advocacy for deaf people. And she just wanted to show other hearing people too that deaf can do anything, and they can be the lawyer. So she was the role model for us. She set that example in the deaf community. But she is no longer with us. I feel really sad. It was very, very difficult for me to believe this reality. Yeah. Thank you, Manju, for sharing your experiences. Now we'll have Rahul here. He is working in Unity, also Youth Foundation of Deaf in India. Okay, Rahul here. It's very disheartening. And it was the day that we all, we couldn't believe in our whole life that it happened just like that. How I started, had a contact with Saudmini. There were so many questions. Sudamini said that, are there any accessibilities for deaf people about sign language? She thought like that, and she asked me that. It was her vision that to provide accessibility to all deaf people, and we had so many conversations related to that. So 80% people didn't reply, what the question was. So we have RPWD Act in India, and she was planning, to tell all the accessibility related, points to the government and all that. We planned so much, and it was our vision, to do that. Yes, we were hoping that in the upcoming 5 years, we'll get the accessibility, all the important things that we need in the deaf community. I feel really sorry about that we don't have Sudamini here anymore. And yes, thank you. Next, we will have Shweta here. She is the friend of Sudamini. Here we have Shweta. Yes, welcome Shweta. Uh, yes, she is the best. She is the closest friend of Sudamini, and her sign name is just like her hairstyle right now. You can see. So yes, you can share about her experience, your experiences with her. Okay, so we used to chat in a group, and our mindset, it's almost the same. Whatever I think, she also thinks the same. And oralism and sign language, it is a conflict, and it has just been going on since years. And we and Sudamini, we both, sometimes, many a times, it was like we both are just having same mindset, but other people just doesn't think the same way as we do. So I used to go at her place, and me and my friends also, we used to go at her home, and she also sometimes she comes at my place to came at my place too, and we spend time together most of the time. I really miss her a lot. My prayers are always with her, and yes, I'm telling Yashdeep and Dhruv, just be with me, and I'm just stay in connect with me. That's just I wanted to say. Now we will have Manan.
So there are, there people when we see that uh, when they are doing wrong things and they don't know, they are not aware about the law. So I've connected with Sudamni and we discussed about the uh, law things, and I will learn quite things from her. So recently on 2nd April, I met Sudamni in Vadodara and she was presenting as well. So at the evening time, Sudamni, Yashdeep, and our friends group, and we laughed a lot. We actually uh, laughed a lot in that night, and suddenly we just lost her. So I got a call, and my friend told me, Sudamni is no one. I was like, no, that's not possible. I was like, why? She was so young. Why she just left us this way? And this is so disheartening for us. Then I wanted to invite Sudamni and so that my students can see her as a role model. I was planning to invite her in July. I had a program and I was thinking to invite the other guests as well, but now she's no more. I wanted my student to see that she is a deaf lawyer. And there are some students who want to do doctorate and would like to become a scientist, but I feel so sorry. And I discussed it. I had a discussion around 20 minutes with Yashdeep 2 days before. Yashdeep is so good, and I congratulate Dhruva as well. So, she's so sweet, and we had a discussion at that time, but now we miss her. So I pay tributes to her family members. Thank you, Manan.
Thank you, Manan. Yes, can you see me? Yes, we have Surbi now. Yeah, yes. Surbi, just share your experiences with her. There are many things to say about her. So first time when I met with Sudamini, I have never met with her. She was sweet, very kind, and she used to give me very positive vibes. And first time when I met her, I always remember her. All the time she used to smile. You know, I was like thinking that why she always smile like all the time. How could someone smile like that? She is just the one person that I saw that she is always had a smile on her face that I remember. Yes, then we exchanged phone number, and I interpreted for her so many times. And first time when I knew that okay, she was a deaf lawyer and first deaf lawyer in India. So she's very confident. She was very confident, not underconfident, always used to support deaf people. She never gave me negative feedback. She was always positive with everyone. She used to encourage me, and she told me to found that Coda India, to start Coda India, and she was the one who supported me for that. Yes. And any time when we hosted Coda India program, then she always used to come and attend that program, that I remember. When I interpreted for her, it was very serious issues that she was dealing with, like rape and everything. She always supported me that don't get underconfident, by hearing different stories. She was so strong. How could one can be so strong? That I felt from her. It was not, I started crying while I was doing that work, but she wasn't. I mean, she was a lawyer and she was so bold, confident. Oh my god, I mean, she was unbelievable. I mean, she was true. She did not had fear in her. I remember, I always remember her, her stories. One at one time, when I was interpreting whole day and there was a workshop, uh, throughout the day we didn't have food, and it was very heavy day. She also didn't have food, and same with me too. So then Sodamini said, I wanted something. Surbi wanted to have ice cream. So she ordered his husband to just get the ice cream for her. And then her husband came, and, he came and brought ice cream for me. It was so kind gesture by her and her husband. So he was so caring, very nice. And I always remember that, just that gesture. I truly, it's very disheartening to know this reality. I will never believe that. The day when she passed away, just 1 week before we met, in a conference, and we discussed about so many things. Before that, we had chats. It was unacceptable. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I really hope that her family gets the strength, to overcome this harsh, reality. Now we will have Saurav here. Okay, Saurav, you were the interpreter for Sudamini and you were connected since very long time. So you have 2 minutes to share your experiences with her. Saurav, yeah, I actually have so much to talk about. How can I cut my story, in between? I have so many things. We had so many ambitions. How it can be, cut down. And so Damini, 22nd April, we had chat. And that day only it happened. Yes. When Epic, Dr. Alim hosted Epic workshop, then he started this thing. So that time I was there with Alim, Dr. Alim, and I was the interpreter of Dr. Alim. That time I saw that Saudamini was really very patient person. She is a deaf woman, being a deaf woman, deaf mother. And she is also internet having an internet issue.
So, we always, she always asks other people, she has the confidence to ask people in between if she's not getting anything. So I have seen her, when she will always say, we'll see, we'll see. So she signed this thing a lot of time. We'll see, that means that she don't fear of anything, and she will always say that we'll see. And there are, a lot of hearing people in the colleges, and when she's signing, other people would be staring at her. So Sudamni, she's a deaf woman, and she was elder than other hearing students as well. So there were a lot of students who were fan of Sudamni. And Dhruva also, they were fan of Dhruva as well. Dhruva he sing a song very nice. So there is a song, I think, Sad Girlfriend. So there was a song where he has signed a song as well. So he was involved 8 times, when he was also she involved in with the deaf people as well, with the interpreter. So there is no fixed interpreter in the college, and interpreter was not provided by the college. So that was paid by the Sudamni. So there were interpreters, who was kept changing. So studying, and she has to manage the interpreter as well. So I've seen that Dhruva, Dhruva mentioned that she worked a lot. Yes, I believe she has actually worked. So I want other people, whoever is, helping other people to take care of their health. That is also important. So yeah, we'll see what Sudamni says all this. Thank you, Saurabh, for sharing your experiences. So now we will have Janaki Buju. She is working with PHIN. Okay. Hello, Janaki. Can you see us? Have you spotlighted me? Yes. So you have 2 minutes. Yes, we can see you clearly. Okay. Thank you. So now you have having me here. Thank you so much. So I was not sure what is the sign for Sudamni. People were sorry, when people were saying that Sudamni is no one, and people. Sudamini, I was saying, when earlier people used to talk to us, I thought Sudamni, maybe there would be other deaf person who have passed away. People said no, who done LLB, she passed away. I was like, is this true? I couldn't believe that. I said, no, she is alive. I know there would be another Sudamni. But people said, no, Sudamni was a deaf lawyer. So I was saddened by that fact, and I couldn't believe that. I called my friends. They said, yes, she's no more. And I feel so stressed. I'm not happy with that. She done LLB. Every deaf, Indian knows her. And before that, when Sudamni didn't do the LLB, before that, we have other people as well. There are deaf people who thought that they would like to do LLB, but they are not capable of it. And now when we see that Sudamni there, people were feeling that they have a safe space now because Sudamni has done a lot. But in the COVID situation, there was a problem, and people they are stuck at their home. So if there are young, old, aged people, so we have a Zoom session as well where we call Sudamni. So Sudamni accepted our request, and we also had some prize distribution ceremony as well where we had some activities. So she always used to encourage other people as well. There was a one time only I didn't have got the chance to meet her physically. Yeah, or I think I remember. I forgot that I might have met her once. But don't say that she is no more. She's passed away. No, she's still there. Don't say that she had a heart attack. No, I don't feel happy when people say that she is not here. So, likewise, how if she would have missed anything, I might have missed just the same thing. So I don't feel good here. I don't feel energetic. I don't feel like communicating with other people. I'm just thinking about her. And also, I have one more friend as well. You know, uh, that she also passed away, and I'm not happy with this news. So I have to visit a hospital as well. I was having a heart pain, and my doctor told me that what is happening with you. I told him I don't know. I'm not feeling good. He told me that your heart rate is good and ECG is good as well. What you are thinking about? So I told them that I'm sad about my friends. They were so good and now they are no more. Doctor told me don't think about them. God is there. So when we are happy with other things, so why are you sad at this situation? But I'm not happy at all. So I'm so sorry. I'm just saying this here. Thank you, Janaki, for sharing your experience. Thank you. Kanika? We will have Kanika. She is working along with Vera Minion for action research. Okay, Kanika is here. Kanika, so you have 2 minutes. You can share your experience with Sudamani. So there are, listening stories of all other people. I just have a fear, when I see. So we had the golden opportunity for having Sudamni, who did LLB, and we learned a lot of things from her. Now what? What next? So she might having a dream that after completing her law, she might take up the case, and and other deaf people might feel benefited from her. But now she is not there. We have learned that she always helped other deaf people, and we know that we don't know how many deaf people will do law. She didn't think about the money. She understood that what deaf people are suffering through. There are deaf people who are getting angry as well, they are blaming other people as well. But Sudamni, she understood how to explain. So she always explained hearing people, deaf are not wrong. When you come under the deaf shoes, you will understand what they are suffering from. So she just went away. I understand, but with heavy heart, I I will stop here. Thank you, Kanika.
Okay. So now we have Deepak here. He will be talking on behalf of someone else, right? Enable India and Pallavi.
For
Yeah,
Shanti
he
and
will be
Pallavi.
talking about that. Because she cannot come here. Pallavi is not here. That's why he will be talking on behalf of her. They have given their message to Deepak, and then Deepak will continue this. Okay, so I will try to sign as per, I got the message from someone. Yes. So Sudamini was a person, she was inspiration to many deaf people in India, and she was a very kind person. She was sweet, hardworking, and she many deaf people, they miss her. She just disappeared when she was with us yesterday, and today she is no more with us. Pallavi, she is from Haryana Welfare Society, and her message is that Sudamini, she was a very natural person. She was a force to nature, very strong, had a zeal in her, very passionate, very inspirational person for the deaf people. She had so many commitments, that she was about to do for deaf people. And she, got this degree, and she had a lot of, did hard work for that. Anytime, whenever we needed her, she was there with all the deaf people. And recently, she had a meeting with Saudmini Pete in Vadodara. They were together and they spent many, good times together over there. And they had, hopes, and they thought that, yes, we have, so many hopes to do that. She had a fracture in her leg that time when she met in Vadodara. And they also, had a program over there in Vadodara. They were invited on 2nd April on the occasion of Women's Day program. So yes, they were together, and she was very easy with her, her injury, and she had a smiling face throughout that time. And she stood there on the stage, having more than 500 deaf people in that program, and everyone was inspired. They learned a lot about, legal policies from Sudamini. And she had a beautiful smile on her face all the time. It's really, really heartbreaking to just think that how her family is being going through this trauma of not having her here in this world anymore. They, during that time, they had pav bhaji together when they were in Vadodara, and they loved it, and she loved it, and they were talking about that dish. I mean, I couldn't believe that that time we were talking about it, and now she is not here with us. We really miss her. Okay, so from Enable India, and it was from Haryana Welfare Society, Pallavi. That message was from there. Tushar is saying. Okay, so now we have from Signable, Rukmani here from Signable Communications. Yes, we welcome you here. You have 2 minutes to talk about your experiences with her. Sudamini was a gem of a person. She was very, very precious. In 2011, she was a teacher, and she says that you had a beautiful face, and you are very, you have smiling on her face. I learned from her only that, okay, is it my quality? She taught me to be patient, and I thought that she will be a teacher all the time, and you can do everything. She used to teach me all those things. And she never, treated, we never thought that, she is a teacher and all. She always used to sign very nicely, very calmly. In Signable Communications, we, get so many problems, from different people. So why she always used to tell me, why you are always dependent on hearing people? We have deaf people here who can, solve, the problems, like, Sudamini. So whatever the problems that we had, in Signable app, we had so many problems like that. Posh Act, she told me about Posh Act. So I thought it's a new word. So she said, yes, Posh, just read about it. It has so many, acts about it. So I thank her. I'm very grateful that she told me about that. Then we invited her for an interview. Then in Bangalore, we invited, our team invited her, and 2 people we invited, and we asked about, their backgrounds, and, many things we discussed, what they like more, and we learn about so many things about her. So yes, if we remained in contact with each other many times. So Sudamani wanted to come here, and in Women's Day program in Orissa, she always said that we will meet over there, and she always accepted. Whenever I call her, and she booked a schedule for me, and she told me that yes, I will definitely come. Then after some days, I love to sleep. Let me tell you that I love to sleep, and so she called. I got so many phone calls, above 2,000. So I didn't know what happened. It was very hard to pick up, which call should I, answer back. And I was getting calls about her, news of demise. So we booked about, the schedule and everything, and it was unbelievable. I was very stunned to hear that news. We canceled the issue with the program, and I prayed for her, and I I was speechless. I thought that, something is just disappear, and it's just, scattered all the dreams, what we thought about, what we planned. And you can do what she told me. I just remembered that you can do everything. You can be positive and just be passionate what you do in your life. I hope you will, yeah, get success. I hope you will smile. You must smile. So that's what she always used to tell me. Yes, not only me, but yes, everyone miss her a lot. Yes, my prayers for her.
So we have one more person here, Shubham. So he is working with ISLRTC. Shubham, can you please raise your hand? Hello, Shubham. Hi. So you can share your experience if you have any experience along with Sudamni. Have I been spotlighted? Yes, Shubham, you have been spotlighted. Okay, great. So we both are spotlighted. Everybody can see you. So please share your experience while working with Sudamni and at ISLRTC if you have any. Yes, sure. Shubham here. I might mix up my sign. So I would like to pay my tributes to Yashdeep and his son Dhruva. So on 1st Feb, we have a DPWD, the secretary of the DPWD came to our event. The secretary. Okay. So he has taken the charge, and so he wanted to have a workshop of ISL dictionary. So we had the ISL dictionary workshop. So we thought he was a guest, and we were thinking about having a guest. So we planned to have a Sunil, but Sunil was busy at that time. So we were lucky and we were fortunate that we had Sudamni. Sudamni came there for the first time. She met secretary, and so the secretary was confused, and he was not ready to accept that she was a deaf lawyer. She had a discussion for around 20 minutes, and she explained a lot of things to the secretary about the law and accessibility of the deaf people and deaf people rights and the demand by the deaf community. There were a lot of things, and I was seeing that thing. So she was so confident enough, and she explained a lot of things to the secretary person. So we had the workshop, and it was a 2-hour workshop, and secretary went away. So Damni, can you explain me about RTI? There are deaf people. She said, yes, we can plan something. Said DLP, so she trained. So I said, oh, okay, that's a good thing. We can have a chance over there and we can learn about Right to Information Act. And we felt so energized while seeing her, and she was a role model, and she always inspired other people, other deaf people. But the vision we had for all the people, I feel sorry for for her family, and I pay my tributes. Thank you, Shubham. So now we have Tina's message, who have her own deaf school, but she couldn't come here. So Dr. Alim will be sharing her message on Tina's behalf. Deepak, please, I will be doing ASL. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just let me inform you. I will be doing ASL. Why? Because Tina has sent her message. So I think it would be better that I should sign in ASL and Deepak would be signing ISL for everyone. So this is the Tina's message, not mine. So Sudamni, she was herself was very passionate, you know. She was an activist and she was a friend. And we had an experience of working together. We shared our thoughts and our ideas, how we can strengthen the accessibility for deaf people and for the human rights for deaf women. We discussed a lot of things together. And you know, we walk the talk by empowering herself and not showing what are the rights and we have to fight. So I always used to listen to her and we thought that we have to work together. The video is freezing. So first legal advocate, you know, to build a society where she had envisioned for deaf people in India. That yeah, we are ready with justice and we have to provide the justice to our deaf community. So where there are all hearing people and who speak well and they discriminate deaf community easily. So they are themselves, we just want to fight for ourselves and we would like to get equality at par with the hearing people. So there are deaf people, a lot of people, you know, when they talk about with the government and government people, they want deaf people just to speak. So she was the first deaf person who was a signer, who was equivalent to the people who are using a spoken language. So that she break those stereotypes that signing could also be equivalent to a spoken language and deaf people could be at par with the hearing people. So she was a role model for many deaf people and also for a woman itself. And she worked professionally. She all the other could have done it other things as well. She could become a doctor and other things also. For all other deaf people, you know, whether a male, female, all the people, they can do a lot of things. So Tina, she remembers that that Sudamni is in her heart and that she has discussed about the law and other things as well. We still remember and we had an experience of discussing a lot of things. We discussed at our hotel and she wanted to discuss how we can make a better world for a deaf people. She has a discussion as well and they discuss about books and there were histories as well, you know, where a deaf people in India, there are other stories being shared by her of the deaf people, and we enjoyed having a discussion. So you know, she always had a smile and a blooming heart, where she wanted to help and support other deaf people also. And it was so tough, and she wanted to fight. She never, and seeing her, Sudamni, she was a mother as well, and she was a wife as well. Seeing her, she has a tough work to do as well. And I see that so inspiring for other people, and she worked so hard. I will always remember that Sudamni, and I know that Sudamni has the capability to change the world and that people's life could get better. The presence of Sudamni. Word cannot express the loss that we feel. And it's up to us to keep her memory alive by carrying on the work she did relentlessly. So, with her death, we will not just lose this legacy, but we will have to carry this forward, and we will be patient, and we will do this with determination. Thank you, Tina, for sharing your message. Dr. Alim, would you like to share? Yes, I would like to share. Yeah, maybe Deepak, I hope you will understand. Okay, I will do ISL now. So first of all, I would like to thank you everyone for joining today for Sudamni's memorial. That was the stories being shared by other people that was so inspiring, and we miss Sudamni. We have heard a lot of stories from other people, but I don't want to share it again and again. I have three things here. Remember Sudamni, she always look up to me, but no, I was looking at her. I was always look up to her. She was studying in the Indian university where no interpreter was provided to her, but she kept trying and she was doing hard work. And if I would be at her place, I might have give up easily. So she always look at me, look at me, but I was looking. And the second thing I remember that at any work, we have a great coordination. But personally, I remember that we used to have a discussion on my birthday. She came to my birthday as well with the family, with their sleep. And Dhruva, they both came. We did swimming and all, and we enjoyed that time. And we all had to get together. I remember those, and I cherish moments as well. And she also told me that she was a rare diamond. We have a diamond. Yeah, this is the sign for diamond. She was actually a rare diamond, and she was shining all the time. And that's and still we have to carry her legacy. And in India, we will always remember Sudamni. I hope there will be more deaf people, male and female, and they would be taking up this profession and becoming a lawyer, and we can look her up to Sudamni, and we will always feel good while we are following her footsteps. Thank you, Dr. Ali, for sharing your experience. So we will have Shalu. Can you see me? Yes, so Shalu is here. Can you see us? See me? Yes, you can share your story within 2 minutes. Short, I will share it in brief. So how I connected with Sudamni. So there was a case, there was a law case, and there was a hearing person who was saying that you have to pay us. And I was like, that hearing lawyer was asking a lot of payment. And someone told me that there is a deaf lawyer. Then I remember that she taught me in NDS. I connected with Sudamni, and I told her that all my story to her. She said, yes, I can help you. I can support you. I thought I couldn't, had a vision that a deaf lawyer there is a deaf lawyer. And, the other hearing person was saying that it will take 1 or 2 years, it will not be an easy one. And I think it's better to leave that case. So I was thought that I don't feel that Sudamni would do it. But Sudamni said it will be easier for you, you can succeed in your case. She told me that, yeah, I will help you out. So she had the other lawyer as well, other hearing lawyer, and she connected with her. We had a discussion. I shared my story. Sudamni already had She explained other things to the hearing lawyer, and the lawyer told me, yes, things can be done. So I was like, I told my family that there's a deaf lawyer, and my family saying no, we couldn't believe it. My family, they were thinking that people they can't write and uh, read, so it would be difficult for them. So when we went to the court, and in court, we the people were saying, there's the interpreter. They were saying that she said that I can write and we can discuss while writing. So then people understood. Then the family accepted. So I told her that I will pay you. She said, no, I get the scholarship. You don't need to pay me. She said, no, I get the funds. You don't need to pay me. So the things were very different, and she actually had a good heart, and she has a big heart. And there are other things also. There were things where I was getting negative about my family, but her smile that will always heal our problems. And she has a bigger heart. And I couldn't believe that she's no more with us. I couldn't believe she did it. She told me that, yeah, I have to drop my son as well, and I have to help my son, and I have to study as well. So she used to drop her son to the institution, the school, and then she was studying as well. While looking at her, she was a role model for every one of us. So I learned a lot of things from her about law, and I got some knowledge as well. Yeah, we should also do something. She said, yes, you can also do, and I feel like that, yeah, we can. There are other people who are still suffering. I have succeeded in my case, but what about other people? So Sudamani, you were saying that you can also study. And also, I have met her a few times, and we had a discussion on video call as well. But sometimes I was just thinking, I got a job at airline industry, and so there was a woman who came, and I taught some sign. That woman in at our airline, she was thanking that she got the accessibility because she was on the wheelchair. So she wanted to thank, and she on in April, we were planning something to have a session, but I thought that the Sudamni, when I was having some feeling that there is something going to happen. I was having a bad feeling. I couldn't understand at that time. So when I went home, when I got to know that Sudamni is no more, I told my family, and they were like, no, that could not be possible. My family also not ready to accept it. But we will miss Sudamni. I have learned a lot of things from Sudamni, and I would like to encourage other people as well. So what I have learned from her, I will still remember those things. Thank you. Thank you, Shalu. We will have Kajal. Kajal, so you can share your experience for 2 minutes. So earlier, Sudamni was used to speak a lot. She was not signing. So I told her that you should sign for other deaf people as well. So it's been 10 years, and she tried and practiced signing. And then she involved Dr. Alan Centum Grow, and we had a discussion. So there was discussing about a law, and they were saying that there are 500 plus lawyers in US, and she told me, can I ask him about law? Ask him your concerns and your questions. So she told me, okay, I am thinking. I told her that, will it be possible for you? She never said no, not possible, impossible, never said. She always said, yes, it's possible. So I was like, okay, you can go ahead. And we were having a discussion, and this discussion, and she was thinking about money and all. So I asked her that you can discuss about this scholarship. Yeah, right. This is a sign for scholarship. And then she got to know that she could get the scholarship, and she was so inspired that time that she will do. And the other association as well, she wanted to you know, resign from the president position, and she worked so hard. And she never thought about her health. She worked so hard, and she always supported other people. So I told them that she's always been happy and smiling. She wants to have to see all other women being smiling, and she wanted to help all other people. And she discussed about the RPWD Act as well. We thought that how we can discuss this thing, what would be the solutions for our queries. But when I was going to one of the events, she was calling me again and again. Then Rajesh Wise, when she messaged me, when she mentioned Sudamni is no more, I was like, what? I was like, no, I just check up to I just checked my other group, and there were messages. So I just I directly messaged Yashdeep that is Sudamni no more. He said yes. And that was so disheartening for me. And other people were saying that that's a fake news. I mentioned that they were saying that that's a fake news. I said no, that's not the fake news. Sudamni is actually no more, and everybody got shocked. And I just messaged at all the groups that yes, it's true. People were asking what happened, how does it happen, and what happened to Sudamni. I just mentioned that I don't know what actually happened to her. So I discussed with Dhruva, and earlier we had a good time with Dhruva. I just want Dhruva. She wanted Dhruva to become she Sudamni herself wanted to become a lawyer so that she can help other deaf people. I want other deaf people to follow her footsteps and to become a deaf lawyer so that she could feel happy while watching from heaven.
Now we will have Shruti. Shruti here. Shruti was just here. Can you spotlight her again? Yes. Hello, everyone. Yes, Shruti, you're here. Yes, you have 2 minutes to share your experiences with her. Yes. When Sudamini was with all of us, we texted each other, and she always used to accept my requests, and she always was ready to help me. She herself used to call me, and whenever she was not available, she used to say sorry to me. And she had a big heart, of accepting. And after just 1 or 2 weeks later, she just passed away. She had a very simple heart, very humble, and she did not have, ego and all that. She was very kind, humble, and treated all the people equally. I look up to her. I learned so much from her, and I want that all the deaf people, get inspiration from her. And I just want that her husband, I'm feeling very sorry, that they just are going through this loss. Om Shanti. Now we will have Charu here. Charu is working with Here a Million, and she was involved with Sudamini many a times. And Charu, yes, yeah, you have so many experiences with her. You have 2 minutes to share your experiences in short. Charu, yeah. Yes. You all have shared so many experiences. Whatever you have with Sudamini Peke, and you all look up to her, get inspiration from her. And let me tell you my experience. with Sudamani. I've noted down few points. It was so overwhelming. I pay my tribute to her. I respect her family, Yashdeep ji and Dhruv. I congratulate Dhruv for passing with really good marks. Yes, of course, Sudamani is not here with us. But yes, I know that she is always smiling and, watching us all. And she is always there with you. She was always, focused for Dhruv, she was always concerned for his exams and all that. And at the same time, she was doing her other works too. She was managing everything. She was very different person. I mean, she used to manage all the things. She used to manage her household chores too, as well as she was doing her professional work. That was really inspiring. I really respect her family that, family supported her to do LLB. And, in India, she was the first woman to become a deaf lawyer. You know, her family always supported her to just get her achievements and, do whatever she wanted to do in her life. Very inspiring, Ishdeep and Dhruv. You both supported her so much. I have respect for both of you and all her family members. We see that there are so many white trees around, but there is one red flower over there. That is Saudamini, because she always used to smile. She had a very nice smiling face, and she would, reflect among everyone. She was the highlight, and she was a very, very special person. She was a one in a billion. So how I met Sudamini and how she became my friend. She is my friend for life, and I will never forget her. Whether it was a definite program or any program, she was always with us. She led me to, do all these things. First time she invited me, because we both live in Haryana, and of course, I mean, we all feel nervous. So she encouraged me. She said, yes, also used to do mistake. And I looked up to her. I was very inspired from her. She encouraged me to do that. And Sadamini was, she used to do encourage people, and I got inspiration from her. And now I am what I am today is because of her, because she always used to say positive things. And so many works she was involved with, I got inspiration. And then we founded this Deaf Women Two Foundation. She was the one who supported us. She was volunteer, and she was working with us as a volunteer. She had worked so many, different things, but I have chosen few things to tell you. She also shared with me about so many her barriers and challenges and all that. Whatever the challenges I get from the deaf community, I used to share with Sudamini, and she used to solve all the problems just with that ease. I have experience. There was a divorce case, and I took that case to Sudamini, and I asked so many questions, and she simply answered all that. Nobody could do that, but yes, Sudamini could. So yeah, it was really fascinating. I mean, I learned a lot from Sudamini. And she could translate, everybody, they depend on interpreters, but she could translate each and everything very well, whether it was about, the different cases and so many things. She does research. Whatever I used to do, I used to share with her. So I didn't know. I mean, how could she manage all that things? She never used to say that I'm stressed. It is so much. Now I'm tired. No, she always was ready to support me. She was not a tough, soft person. I mean, she was very tough. She was ready to do hard work all the time. Yes, I really truly want, to be like Sudamini Pete. She was truly a role model for all of us. She was a perfect person. We must never forget Sudamini Pete and her legacy. It will always remain with us, and we will remember her in history, whatever she did for the deaf community, right? Without her, we would never be able to do what we will do in the upcoming years. She will be remembered for life. That's what I wanted to say. It's really heartbreaking to know the fact that she's not with us today, but I will always remember her. I will always love her a lot. One last thing I would like to add, that what Hardeep and I shared. Yes, now Hardeep would want to just share a few things. Can he show that to you? Yes, Hardeep. Okay, Hardeep, what you wanted to add? Yes, Hardeep here. Yes, she was Sudamini. She was very valuable person for the deaf community. You all have expressed so many things about her. It was very overwhelming. I respect her family who are present here. I just want to say few things. In a sea, there's a person who is, deep down there is a gold pebble. That is Sudamini, because she is the one, she never gave up in her life. She always, uh, wanted to achieve whatever she dreamt in her life. And that is Sudamini. That pebble, that gold thing is Sudamini. Very precious. It was deep down in the sea, around so many pebbles and stones over there in the sea. And when the person dug the sea and found out that thing, yes, then he found that pebble, and that was Sudamini Pete for us. Very nice illustration, Hardeep. Yes, at last I just want to say that I've met Sudamini in Central Grove, and I met Sudamini over there. We discussed few things. She was a very strong, nice, humble, and always had a smile on her face. And since then, we always would met, many times in many events. Whatever I had, confusions related to law and other things, so I used to contact her. I'll never forget her. Recently, we met, and we had talks, we had any fun chats together, and that I will never forget. I cherish all those memories. She was a well-known person in the deaf community of India, and she was one in a billion. And yes, we all look up to her. And I hope that, yes, there are so many stories for her, that, and she had a lot of work to do in her life, but yes, God, Indian deaf in India, there was just one person who was doing that, and she was the inspiration for all of us, and she is gone just like that. I hope that many will, get inspiration from her. Thank you for the family to just join us, and I hope that you will just continue what you are doing with positivity. Last thing I would want to say, that I thank all of you to sharing your experiences with Sudamini. Thank you so much for joining us today. last 2 minutes that we have, we will light the candle. I hope that you all are ready with candle and matchstick. Just light the candle. And we'll pray just for a while. Yeah. I would request all of you to turn your videos on so that you all are visible. Yes, turn on your videos, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being part of this memorial. And I hope that Saudamini's soul will always be happy, and she will be happy to see that we all are gathered here. Yashdeep, would you like to add something? Yes, Yashdeep here. That what Alim said right now, that she was like a diamond. Yes, in my office, when I shifted there, me, Saudamini, and we always used to go there and, used to read the books and all that. Everyone, used to say that, yes, she is like a diamond. And, after a while, when she passed away, nobody believed her. And they used to say that, God stole the diamond from us. Why did he do that? Yes, it really shook me. I wasn't able to give a reply, with that. And now I want to say that, yes, God stole a diamond, and I want that you all must study, and get that diamond back from the God. I would really request to all of you. Yes, anything you would like to add more? Yes, there is a lot of things to say about her. Yeah, it's never the end, Yeah. We always used to, talk about that. Every day we talk about it, talk about Sudamini and all that. So I used to talk, I know everyone just because of her. And I met all of you, and I know all of you because of Tushar here. Thank you so much, Yashdeep, for being here today. And thanks to all of you, all the participants, for joining us today and sharing your experiences with us. Thank you very much. We are so grateful. And we truly miss Sudamini. She was very close to the deaf community, her family. And, yes, she was like a family. We never thought that, you are something else. I mean, you were like a family. But yes, it's truly heartbreaking. But we will remember her forever. Yes, we all, she was the first deaf lawyer that will be remembered always by the deaf community in India. Thanks a lot. Thanks again, everyone. Yashdeep here, that yes, she was the first one, but yes, I would really want that so many deaf people comes, the lawyer, and do achieve all the things that they want. Yes, in America they have 500 deaf lawyers. Yes, you're right, Tushar. So yes, we also need that here. Tushar is saying, yes, let's hope for the best. I mean, Sudamini was the first one. She sowed the seed, and now there, many deaf people, they will plant like, so many deaf lawyers, like just like Sudamini. Thanks again, Yashdeep and Dhruv, for being here. And thank you, Dr. Alim, for supporting, to support Sudamini. And, she was what she was, she was able to do just because of you. And D-Law, which provided Sudamini the scholarship. Yes, it was D-Law. Thank you so much. You were the big part of her success. And thanks to all of you, all the deaf community, the people of India, yes, who supported Sudamini. Thank you, everyone. And bye, everyone.